So this question says the function f of x is the inverse of the function h of x. Okay, so one, do you know how to find the inverse of a function? The way that you find the inverse of a function is that you switch x and y and then solve for y. Again, inverse is found by one, you switch x, let's call it x and f of x in this case, or h of x. And then two, you solve for basically your new f of x, your new y value. Again, f of x, h of x, y, they're all the same thing. So if f of x is the inverse of h of x, and the question is telling me that h of x is this function here, then I just need to follow these instructions and I will find f of x. So let's do that. If h of x is equal to 3 parentheses x minus 1 cubed plus 5, then my first step here is to switch x and, in this case, h of x. All right, so that means this equation turns into saying x instead of h of x equals 3 parentheses h of x instead of x minus 1 cubed plus 5, right? So that's my switching x and the function, f of x, g of x, h of x, whatever it ends up being. So that's my switching of them. Two, now I need to solve for h of x. All right, how do I do that? Well, first I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. So I have x minus 5 equals 3 parentheses h of x minus 1 close parentheses cubed. I'm going to then divide by 3. So I have x minus 5 over 3 is equal to h of x minus 1, all in parentheses, to the third power. I would then do a cube root. I'm going to just change the color here that I use. So I then do a cube root on both sides. That cube root would cancel out the cube on the right and leave me with a cube root x minus 5 all over 3 is equal to h of x minus 1. And then the last step would be to add 1 to both sides, right? Again, my goal here is to solve for the function, to solve for, in this case, h of x. So my last step here will be to add 1 to both sides, right? So the 1's are now gone. And let me just draw an arrow this way. I'd be left with h of x is equal to the cube root of x minus 5 over 3 plus 1. And that is, what is that? That is answer choice F.